All right, we are live. Oh, oh God, this guy just mentioned me in his story. Unbelievable. Um, so yeah, you want to introduce the topic since you came up with it?
And hopefully everyone can deal with my nasally sound. I don't know if I have the coof or what I got, but I think I'm coming down with something. But the topic for this evening will be just bad knife design, things that are visibly not good. And I think we could go through some pictures and just kind of pick on or pick apart some of those knives.
Yeah, go ahead and links that you have and stuff. Just send them to me, and I'll show them up on screen.
Okay. Let's start with the one that I sent you for the thumbnail because
Oh,
I
yeah, sure.
conveniently I did not prepare fully.
Whoa, whoa, that is not cool. Okay, so the picture's up on stream, so people can see. Describe what you'd say the problem is with this.
Which problem?
Well, I would say go with like 1 through 50 first, and I'll do 50 through 100.
So I guess the worst issue of all is why there are two blades that just aren't a double edge. I For the life of me I can't figure out why would you make that decision as opposed to just making it a double edge? It doesn't even look like they fold in on themselves. It looks like they're just a fixed blade. Maybe it
I
looks
think
like
that they
they're.
fold in like it's like the inverse of a balisong, I
Oh,
think.
it's so bad. So yeah, I see it now.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Wait,
But
how would you
what?
open it then?
What? I guess.
Oh God. Oh God.
I mean, even still, just the blade. Okay, the blade shape itself. Let's just assume. Okay, whatever. You have two blades. They can fold out. What? Functionally, I can't get behind that blade shape.
Why? What's wrong with that blade?
It sounds like you think it's a pretty good shape.
Oh, I do. It's great. I like that little indent that they have halfway down the blade. Like where it just stops being a knife for like an inch.
I mean, structural integrity. Where do we stand with that?
Um, I would say I'm trying to think here of a good joke, but like I would say on a scale of like needing that to save my life, or wanting to use that to save my life, and I don't know the other one. I want it to be the other one. Okay, does that make sense? Good. All right, you know what? Let's go ahead and forget that horrendous excuse for a joke, and we'll just not talk about that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's. I mean, the only saving grace I think of all of it is realistically, I don't think that handle's design is the worst looking handle I've ever seen.
Um, I I don't know. I don't like it. I To me, it's just like I don't like the look of a symmetrical handle on a non-fixed blade knife. Like a symmetrical handle like that, right?
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Like that just looks odd to me.
Well, and actually, while we're talking, I'm scrolling through some of the pictures I can find online, and I think I got. This is one that I think this is just picking on easy, low hanging fruit, but I think this is definitely going to really up the ante here in terms of just how bad. And I don't even know if I'd call this a knife, really. Let me send this your way now. I'm doubtful if I'd call that a knife.
I mean, it's a pretty low quality picture.
Well, let's say a low quality picture for a low quality knife.
Right. What I would call that is not California legal.
Shocking.
That's a
Well,
technical term.
what might be California legal? What does it need to be like under 2 inches?
Yeah, it has to be dull.
Oh, yeah, forgot about that.
Um, yeah, I don't know. I think that that's kind of a useless design. I mean, it's got the little like what are those, knuckle dusters? Is that the term? Little brass knuckles.
Yep.
Except you're not actually punching anybody with it, right? Because again, and they have that same stupid fucking design on the blade where there's just on both sides. They're like, oh, let's just remove some random metal and call that a design.
It's just I'm trying to think like of an actual use for it that other than just dressing up in some cosplay, I couldn't justify that.
If I wanted to look like an idiot, I might go with that. Like, I think that would be a good choice.
Yeah.
Would you
I'm
agree? Like, I
I'm
don't want to like put words in your mouth.
I'm gonna say it's a great way to label yourself as
Disabled.
the
The
people
G.
might question it. People
The
might question it.
yeah. Um. Let's
Ooh,
see.
I think I was able to find. Now, this one is actually I'm curious because I don't like the style of knife. This one's not so low hanging, but it's still a little bit of low hanging fruit here. So there's a number of reasons why I don't like what I just found here, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on it.
Sorry. I was oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, you know I had to find one. Oh, you know I had to find it.
All right. So I would say, wait, hold on. That, consider how that would be when closed.
Well, if it were closed,
It'd be stupid. It looks stupid. The blade wouldn't stick out,
I
probably,
feel like the
but
tip, but I feel like the tip would come into contact with the inner handle.
um,
How would it even actually? How would it even close? That's probably why it's only taken with a picture open.
no, I think it closes. Um,
Yeah,
I
but
just think it's stupid.
I I don't think it'd close even remotely.
No, I think
Well, I
it
see.
would.
Well, I see where the tang pin is, but it'd
Like,
just be. It would look so weird. It wouldn't be like flush.
oh no, not at all.
This is just a lot to look at. The more I actually look at it, the more it bothers me.
Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of people are just, they try to come up with like a unique design and it just turns out to be complete, well, you know.
It's just so there's just so much going on here. It's like a karambit song, but it's got uh, I
The
can't.
Karamba song.
I think I'm done roasting
So
roasting
what
that
I did
poor.
was I just searched cool knife designs because fuck knows
Oh,
that's going to turn up some good shit, right? Because what the
oh yeah.
average person thinks is a good knife design is just a train wreck like this.
See what we got here. Forgive me, I am pulling open, bouncing back between screens.
No, I'm not going to forgive you. What the fuck?
Oh, oh no. Oh Lord. I mean, oh, yeah. The more I look at it,
The more suicidal you feel?
I
Or is that
just,
just me?
like,
Like, I got this
why,
bottle of like sulfuric acid drain cleaner, and like every time I see this, I start feeling thirsty.
just why does it need to be a knife inside a knife inside a knife?
It's a
I don't.
gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Yeah, but like, Why?
I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, I think a lot of people are like, they. It's like the Fiore knives guy. Like, people are like, oh, I thought of this new thing, and because I thought of it, it must be something that nobody thought of, and it must be good.
Hmm.
Like, if it just look how thick the handle is on the smallest one. Like, you're holding like a flat rectangle. It's like the inverse of what a handle usually is.
It really doesn't seem like there's any ergonomics going on there.
Right. Um.
Like, it's one of those knives though that like at first you look at it and you're like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then you look at it and you quickly come to the conclusion that no, that is not cool.
See, I don't know if it's
It,
like I just am too involved with knife stuff, but I never look at that and think that looks cool. Like, I look at that and immediately just see a problem. Like, many problems. You know what I mean?
it does certainly have it's like it's got that the longer you look at it problem. The longer you look at it. If you just glance at it, you might say, "Oh, that's fine. Nothing going on there. That's too crazy." But when you actually kind of look at it and think, "What's going on here?" Oh no, I found oh no. Oh no. Wow. While I was just kind of again, two screens open here. I found a doozy for us. I think this is by far the worst one that resonates with me. This one, there there's just so much going on.
Yeah, how about you go through that one?
The question I want answered is that top portion, like where the serration area is that supposed to be a bottle opener?
Um, no, that's a saw.
No, but like there's that little part jutting out at the top.
Um, I have no idea, dude.
I hope it's not.
I don't know. Can
uh,
you imagine how you would have to be holding that thing if you were to use it as like a saw?
wow, like you wouldn't even be able to saw much of anything.
Yeah, but
That
also
would
your palm would be on the spikes of the handle.
this is just yeah, because you wouldn't even be able to grip it properly.
Right, or you'd have to hold it like weirdly, like inside the thing.
Oh, this just it's so busy, and I'm trying to figure out what that hook on the back is meant to do.
It looks like a
I,
bird with
a
an
little bit
yeah,
fat bird.
yeah. Um,
Ay. And what's with all the holes? And then there's man, like functionally, what are you doing with that?
I have no idea. I think it's a train wreck.
Yeah, these are just these are knives you can buy also. Like I just if anyone's kind of questioning it, like I'm actually looking like if you can buy these, and these many of them are actually available for purchase. So make of that what you will.
Right.
And it really seems like there's a common theme where they love that free. And it's terrible because there's probably some good knives that do have the whole knuckle guard thing, but a common theme of these knives is having that knuckle guard that just looks so edgy. Um,
Yeah, people feel like they should just keep adding a bunch of points to the knife. The more points it has, the more badass it looks or something.
yeah, and I'm not with it. I'm not with it at all.
I just think it's stupid.
I'm still perusing while we're talking. I think I might have found one. These are ones where I actually have concerns. So I'm going to send this one to you. These are ones where I have concerns about actual integrity of the knife not snapping in your face. Even though this kind of looks more like a machete, I still think it's fair game here. So yeah, I guess this would kind of fall more into the machete category. But just from your perspective, once it loads, I feel like there's like serious integrity issues that could be had with that.
Um, the biggest problem with that is that the grind is very, very small. So you go from the point to the full thickness of the blade in a ridiculously short distance, so it would never cut anything.
That's your only concern.
Yeah, mainly.
But like, what about that gap between the no chance of that becoming an issue?
Nah, there's enough material there. It should be fine. I mean, that's a pretty big, knife. And it's
Thought
got
I
the inside is that little cutout. Um, essentially spreads the stress around. It gets rid of a stress riser, so it would be even less of an issue than if it were just like a slot.
damn. So I'm really out here mistaken mall ninja knives that may
Yeah,
not
that.
actually.
Wait, I don't think I even put it on screen, so people
Oh,
couldn't see it. Um, you know, I would say that that's definitely that's my go-to camping knife.
so you got to give it a rating. This is the only knife you can bring out for camping for whatever amount of days. Let's say it's a couple days of camping. What are your odds of that knife surviving?
I mean, I think the knife would survive because it just wouldn't do anything. Like
What are the odds of you surviving?
depends what you have to do. Depends what you have to do. Um, I what I can't stand is how the grind on like anytime there's a knife that like the grind is incredibly small. I just think it's the dumbest shit because you just know that it's going to be incapable of cutting anything.
Well, then do I have a doozy for you? Although I don't know if this falls into the small grind territory, but
Eh,
it's certain.
kinda.
No,
I would say it does. That's a
it
small
does.
grind.
So again, just all the characteristics of just the impracticality. Like what?
Right,
What
yeah.
is
Yeah, I
that?
just I don't know, man. I think that it's just there's a lot of people who they try to come up with a design and, you know, they they think it's good just because they came up with it.
Like if this was like me in middle school, I think this was the coolest thing I've ever seen. A lot of these knives I think were the coolest things I'd ever come across, but
Yeah, they look
just
like toys.
yeah, that's probably because that's their only real. I mean, I hope actually that most of them aren't actually sharp because that's almost somehow scarier than them being just dull showpieces.
They wouldn't
Um,
do you can't get them that sharp. Like with a bevel that's super steep, you end up with there's just you have it's a steep grind angle and so the bevel has to be even steeper. It's just not a good design.
oh, so you're saying the blades are so thick to begin with that in order to even sharpen it properly, you'd probably end up removing so much material that it wouldn't even look like the same knife.
Well, if you wanted to have it actually be sharp and have a proper, like grind angle and everything, then it would look vastly different. Um, here's a stupid pocket knife.
A stupid pocket knife. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. See what we got here. I like the Rickroll in the background we got going.
Oh yeah,
And it looks like I'm a little bit delayed on my end.
you are. But that's because you have hurricane internet.
That was
Yeah,
let's hope that doesn't happen again.
yeah. It better not. We're gonna have a serious argument if it does.
I would honestly, I would rather have to buy every single knife we've shown on screen so far for full price, for full MSRP, than have to go and experience that power outage and no internet situation again.
Right.
Oh man, it's really, yeah. I'm just not. This is a shame. I'm not getting the picture at all.
You're not getting the picture?
No,
Well, like on this, I didn't message it to you.
I'm saying on the stream. Oh, finally. Oh man, no, I'm way delayed.
Okay, well, just refresh it.
There we go. All right. So, which picture were you looking at here for the folding knife?
um. Well, I think it was farther back. Actually, no, it was
The banana.
yeah. But what do you think of this one, the banana knife? How would you rate that?
Honestly, like if you dried that out in the sun, right? Maybe. Do you think you'd be able to put an edge on a dried out banana?
No, it'd be too brittle.
Enough for one good poke?
No, it'd just break.
Just shatter on impact.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I mean, even if it didn't, you just be giving them like some potassium to make them extra healthy.
I mean, well, but would you be able to get it sharp enough to cut, do you think?
Yeah, you could get it sharp enough to cut skin.
That is actually quite. I like that.
Do you? I mean, that'd be great
like...
for survival too, because it also doubles as a food source.
Oh, the banana survival tool, food and function.
You just clean all the puppy blood off of it,
Oh,
and then just eat it.
oh, geez. But that second knife, the second knife that you had sent. Now, to me, that's one where I look at it, I'm like, it doesn't look the worst. So what were your gripes with that one?
The handle is just objectively autistic.
In what way? So again, like I'm looking at it and I'm like, like I don't like the cutouts, but aside from the cutouts, I don't have too many gripes.
I just think it looks stupid. It'll get shit all inside there. I don't know. I just think it's stupid. I think it's a ridiculous design.
Well, that's why I don't go for knives often that have cutouts like that for that exact reason. I don't just for a function knife, like if I'm using it for actually cutting things, I don't want to have to worry about gunk getting up in that space and then like it's not don't want to have to worry about it. Just don't mill that out or whatever you got to do. Don't do it. Like on my ballad songs, I don't mind because they look. Honestly, oftentimes the cutouts are really for weight distribution, and more often than not, I'm using them for recreational purposes. So I don't really. If gunk gets in there, whatever. It's not the end of the world. But on a folding knife, I'm not interested in. I'm not interested in having gunk get in there.
Check out what I've got up on the stream now. Here, I'll send you a link.
Ooh, is this the Repics?
I have no idea.
Large tactical. I think we're looking at the same thing here. Yep. So again, this is one where on a first glance I look at it, I'm like, oh, okay, all right, it looks like a knife. From your perspective, what are you seeing?
I mean, that whole mechanism is going to get gunked up. Oh, it's just such a piece of shit. God damn it.
Like I'm looking at it and I'm actually like, okay, that might actually be kind of cool to open, but
it's gimmicky. It's gimmicky.
It's gimmicky, yeah.
There's all of those pivot points are potential problem sites, right? And it's just there's so many ways that can go wrong. and it's probably kind of flimsy.
That I kind of agree with. It does look a little bit on the flimsy side.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this is just another example of somebody who they think that because they came up with this, that it's good, and it's not.
Though I will say for this one, I wonder if really the main allure is just the novelty of it.
Yeah, but I think that people who get it think that it's like good. Like, I don't think that they're like, oh, I'm gonna buy this shitty knife,
Oh,
for the
they don't
lulz.
they don't understand. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Because like I've bought some knives that were 100% novelty purchases, like the automatic battle song I got with the little razor blade. That was 100% novelty purchase. I was not expecting that to perform any type of way that resembled good. For flipping, I didn't expect it to be good, and even for just using the razor blade on it, I didn't expect it to be good. I was just like, this is a neat thing that I'll play with for a couple times and then probably put on a shelf. And then when I want to show it off to a friend, I'll be like, look at this thing I have. But aside from that, I'm not bringing it out with me if I'm gonna be planning on using a knife, or for flipping, I'm not gonna even really be taking videos other than just to be like a good look at this novelty item. That's about as far as it goes.
Right, but I think people who buy this would like go around showing their friends like, look at how cool this is, blah blah blah. Like it's, it does all this extra stuff. Like they view it as like it has perks to it or whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's like a normal knife but better, and it's not.
Well, that I think that's what it kind of disguises itself as a normal knife.
Listen to this stupid shit. The blade is in Niolox, the mechanics in aeronautical titanium. What
Oh
the
no,
what
no,
the hell
not
does
the
that even mean?
aeronautical. Oh,
What
that
is
is
it?
the.
Can you explain this sentence to me? And I know I'm cutting out the last bit, but the blade is in Niolox. The mechanics in they're saying that the mechanics are in aeronautical titanium, which again is
Oh, I
stupid.
thought it was aluminum. I was like, oh no.
No.
Any time I'm looking at a knife and I see the description start off with any type of arrow anything aluminum, I just click off the page. I don't know if you can stomach it, but the second or if they bring up military grade aluminum, I need to
Like
remove
aircraft grade aluminum.
myself from the negative thoughts that will shortly come thereafter.
Right. You need like a welfare check and stuff. Like people need to make sure you're all good.
It's traumatizing,
Yeah.
and like every time I'm like, it's kind of like I'm playing what was the game, Minesweeper. I feel like I'm playing Minesweeper,
I love Minesweeper.
and I was never good at it, even though there's very clear rules in terms of your odds if you just understand the numbers.
Do you understand the numbers, son?
Mason, what do the numbers mean? I just I feel like every time you click on a page, it's a 50. I just wish the companies that are making aluminum knives would own up and like be like, it's aluminum. That's what you're getting. Instead, they try and disguise it as though it's some kind of super steel, like super super metal, super. I can't stomach it. I can't stomach it. I really can't.
Nice. Why did I just?
And that's actually probably the funnier thing about all these knives. I really question the material used in a lot of them. Forget about it being inefficient to like actually use for cutting because of the bevels. How about just the material itself? Like what's that blade steel likely made out of? What's that
They said
handle material?
Niolox or whatever.
Have you heard of
Again,
that? I have
I'm
never heard of
guessing
it.
it's just a stupid like powdered metal blade, like
Ugh.
you know. Well, to be fair, I'm making my blade out of powdered metal, but there are a lot of shitty ones, like where they just have some little shitty custom, like recipe, and then they just like trademark it. They call it something stupid and trademark it.
It's proprietary.
Right. And you got to spend a bunch of dollars.
Ugh.
Trying to find Minesweeper that works correctly.
They don't just come like pre-installed on the computer?
No, I like them to be a certain way. I want it to do like a flood fill at the beginning when you do the first click, because that's what I'm used to, right? I don't like having to sit there and like work out. And I also like when you can just either double click or use something else. I guess if I had used the other one, if I had right clicked and put a flag on it, then it would have. But let's see. Let me check and see. You can keep talking. I'm just doing my doing my thing.
I'm gonna.
It works. Okay.
You... Oh, you got it.
Yep.
Don't mind me. I'll be sending you some questionable images.
Oh, dude, I'm used to it. Don't worry.
These are so bad. I think I found the gold mine of just like I thought I saw it all. I thought I saw it all until tonight.
Oh, for the love of God!
This is just next level.
Can you imagine actually buying that and like showing it off to people?
And actually like being totally like sincere about it.
Right.
Just not
God, dude, just imagine.
I want to know the market for this. I want to understand like what leads a person to buy this.
Probably depression, social isolation, all the above.
It's a different type. That scorpion one is on some next level time. I've actually never seen anything quite like that.
Which scorpion one?
It's like a bunch of blades that make it look like a scorpion.
Oh, that's always nice. That's what I look for in my knives.
Like from an artistic point of view, I suppose it does look neat.
What about from an autistic point of view?
It's top tier on that spectrum.
I like your choice of spectrum.
Yeah, I'm just not like that's rough.
It is. It's traumatizing.
Boy, are you trying to finish this Minesweeper?
Maybe. Why? Is that a problem? Do you have a problem with my decision making?
Sir, I came here to talk knives, sir.
Okay, why did you bring Minesweeper up?
Order.
Why'd you bring Minesweeper up?
Objection. I will not have disorder in my court.
Why are you talking like that?
It's a stereotype.
Is it? Are judges all like that?
In your life, have you met one that is not?
All right, next topic.
I'm just...
Have you seen My Cousin Vinny?
Is that the one with Pesci?
Yeah.
I've seen bits and...
Yeah.
I've never watched the full thing, but I've watched bits and parts.
Yeah. That's what you sound like.
I mean, as far as I know, he won in the long run.
What do you mean? Who did?
Didn't he win his case or whatever was going on there?
Yeah, but perfect. He pretended to be like a different attorney and stuff. Like it was questionable. You might get in a bit of trouble if you did that in real life. I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, I guess the thing that I'm still not over is just the demographic and what really leads someone, and I do feel like it's just these expectations that people have about knives, and just they see things in media, and I
I've seen things, man.
but like who's advertising this stuff too? That's the other side of the coin that I want to know. Like these knives that are clearly mall ninja knives. Who's promoting this? Like there's a group of people just saying like, yeah, this is what the people want, man. Yeah, let's give it to them.
That's what I would do. I like to give it to him. You know what I'm saying?
And I guess maybe I wouldn't be above it if I was in the same position, but I'm just like, come on, like can't you make it maybe that's where I'm having a little bit of difficulties too, where it's like, yes, it could be these fantasy knives, but can they at least be done well? Why does it almost always have to be clearly just a rush job just to bottom dollar get this thing out on the market? Why can't it be like this beautiful, useless but beautiful art piece or novelty piece?
um, well, I think because that would require effort.
I suppose so, but
Fuck! Sorry.
man.
Sorry. Just
So
had a major problem.
demonetized.
Dude,
Demonetized.
don't act like you're surprised. Where's the restart button? How do you get it to do the why? Oh, there we go.
We got a fan favorite joining us tonight. This is
Yeah.
Powerhouse.
Sup?
I've done a few collabs with him. Done a few spicy collabs.
I'm not sure I know who he is, but then again, I don't really know who anybody is.
Yeah, it's mainly probably the reason why you wouldn't really know is because most of the times I'm featured is we're doing gaming skits. So
That sounds kind
I
of,
mean,
you know.
you being in mostly knives, gaming.
Right.
I can see where there might be a disconnect, perhaps.
I can't.
So,
I like how you just like, all right, next topic.
Have we exhausted the bad knives topic? Have we done that?
I think so.
Where do we go from here?
It's a good question. I ask that every day.
It's a fantastic. Honestly, tonight I was dead set on just picking on some weak knives, and I feel fulfilled.
I
feel
like
better
picking
about
on weak
myself.
things. Yeah, I mean, I'm mainly just here as the Minesweeper resident tryhard.
I think the only place that we could go from here and I don't know, maybe it would transition well, maybe it wouldn't. Maybe we need to prepare a bit more for this one. But battle songs in video games has got to be one of the most hilarious topics.
Let's talk
Just
about
look. Oh! If you're able to pull video feeds even as well, that would be beautiful.
it. I can't really.
Oh
It
yeah.
depends what you mean by video feeds. Like showing actual video game. Like I'm not gonna buy a fucking butterfly knife in CS:GO.
No. I was gonna say there's already like on YouTube as an example, videos of like animations of the ballad song, like the different animations that someone can do, and some of them are just. I appreciate that some poor game designer
Had to
was
spend the time on that.
had to suffer through that, and maybe they were excited about it. I doubt it, but and just I don't know how some of the tricks are so like I guess when I look at the combos that are being done, like for example, I think the most notorious one is if you look up the Balisong animation from Apex Legends, and I think I'm trying to remember I think the character's name is Octane. I think it's Octane. I'm pretty sure it's a double-sided ballad song, and they're just doing thumb rolls. Like, just straight up doing thumb rolls.
All right, I'm showing it on stream, I think, here.
All right. Yeah, let me.
I like how he just holds it up in his hand with his hand open and doesn't fall.
Oh yeah.
Hey, at least I made an effort compared to the CS:GO one.
This, I will say, it's a bit more in depth than the CS:GO one by a
Let's look
long
at this
shot.
shit.
But the combo itself
Jeez.
raises some concerns.
Whoever did the animation in this one is horrific. All right.
Like, I appreciate that they watched enough Battle Song combos to have a relatively decent grasp on what was going on. Oh, there we go, self-promotion. I love it. I love it.
I was waiting for that delayed reaction.
I can't believe that. Honestly, I can't believe that this video has gotten as many views as it has. Just because, like, honestly, when I created it, I was expecting maybe 100,000 people. Maybe. But this just, it took off for no particular reason. But that animation, if you slow it down, because at first I'm like, oh, you could probably do it. Like, you could probably do that combo. No, that knife is definitely double-edged, and they're just busting out thumb rolls like it ain't nothing. And I'm like, you can do, maybe you can do more than one thumb roll on the bite handle. I haven't figured out how to do it. I know how to do one thumb roll on the bite handle. But after that, it becomes problematic.
I like how you have a tutorial how to do the thumb stall. Yeah, every time I try to do a rollover, that's how it's done. Just stalls out and falls to the floor.
Honestly, that trick is a banger.
Is it? Like it bangs on the floor.
It's quite impressive.
Is it?
It's actually it looks.
If you could go ahead and favorite and pin my comment, that'd be great. Just for legal reasons. For
legal, okay. Well, we'll see about we'll see about that. Some of the comments that I pin, I really do. I try to pin really entertaining comments. Like, my favorite of all time was the guy, and he spelled knives wrong, which just made it even better. Was he said ballad songs are just knives that wanted to dance, and it just,
yeah, I know, I saw.
Oh, it really hit home. Yeah, in that original video, it really hits home.
Well, why is this one not pinned?
What do you mean? Which one?
The one by Shiv Shack. The one by Shiv Shack on Ballad Song Tricks for Beginners. 5 tricks you can master quickly.
Oh, you want me to unpin Mr.
No, I don't. I was just fucking with you.
That breaks my heart.
Hell no! Don't pin my stupid autistic crap. Get out of here. Ho! What you trying to? Sorry.
Other bad Ballad Song animations fall in the category of Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 has some very weak animations, and for a game that is allegedly 60 frames per second, I think they cut some corners there.
Did they?
I think they did. An alleged 60, or is it 30 frames per second? I don't know what they allege.
I don't know, man. Those are some pretty serious allegations. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, this raises so many questions. Because, like, how fast can the eye actually see? Is it like 12 frames, or is it faster?
They don't see in frames. That's an autism.
But you know what I mean, though. Like,
do I?
In order for your eye to be like, ooh, that's clearly not moving as it should.
It depends. If you've got if the frames, you can, like, for example, with resampling, you can make a low frame rate look really smooth because you're adding essentially, I don't know if it's, you're essentially giving the eye a hint as to what the hell it's supposed to be thinking. But yeah, like, I mean, yeah. Sorry, I was just It's an emergency call. They needed me to sweep some mines. But yeah, like, you know.
Had to come out of retirement.
Yeah.
The boys needed me.
Yeah, the guy that they had hired to replace me hasn't been heard from for a little while.
I'm trying to think. Are the CS:GO battle song animations? They have battle songs. Yeah, they do. Are they that bad, or are they?
Well, I'll put it this way: the handle passes through the hand at one point on one of the tricks.
So what you're saying is these are not viable tricks whatsoever.
Somebody said 24 frames, but that's not correct. It's not a number. It's just not that simple. Like, it just isn't. So
Is this one of those things that falls into the it depends?
yeah, it does. It does depend. You know, it's like if they are discrete frames with no blurring, then it's like, look, I can see the difference between 60 FPS and 144 FPS very easily. Very, very easily. Right? And I don't know that it's like if you take your mouse and you move it around on your desktop, every time you do a circle in a given time, right? Look at how many mice appear, right? If you were to do that on 144 FPS or frequency, whatever, refresh rate monitor, you'd be seeing a lot more mice for each circle.
That I'm not sure if that might have been a little too big brain theory for me.
Or I'm just autism. Sometimes I accidentally autism and people don't like it.
Having a little back and forth with our resident powerhouse here.
Okay. Well, I mean, if he disagrees with me, I think we need to ban him.
Well, actually, it said he's exposed us, so I think it's a little too late. We've been had. He's probably recording this conversation. Shit. He's probably taking notes. And
do you think we're going to be able to? Do you think we can like bribe him to not publicize
it? I think we're going to see a video essay published on us shortly. Yeah, prepare. Boy. Yeah.
What a disaster!
It's too late.
That's the motto for my whole life. It's too late.
We might as well go into the mall ninja knife business because that's all that's gonna hire us, man.
I think that I would agree with that. Yeah. Anything else?
I wish I could come up with more. I mean, I know I don't even want to touch Fortnite. I know they have. I guess I don't know if I even want to fully call it a ballad song, but I'm gonna go there and say they have a ballad song in game. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay.
Just gonna leave it at that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. I'm look, dude. I have the autism. I don't know if you know that.
I mean, I clocked it in about 5 minutes into our first conversation and just let it ride from there.
Okay. Cool. Anything else? Fuck, I hate when I get in this situation. I hate when I'm trying to, like, you have to guess in Minesweeper. Fuck!
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's a numbers game involved with it, and then after a certain point, rest in peace monetization part 2. But there's a certain formula, and then at a certain point, it is actually a guessing game.
Don't worry, swearing does not impact monetization.
Oh, you're right. If we talk about the coof.
Shh, shut the fuck up. Dude, let's be honest. It's not like there's going to be any kids listening to this. We have 3 viewers. Okay, to be fair, maybe they're all children. I'm sorry for assuming.
No, we would not. If we tried to list this as kid friendly, we would have already been that video. Our video would have been whacked.
Oh
Actually,
yeah.
our video wouldn't have even gotten past probably the name of it, because I think the algorithm flags anything with knife content for kids. So I don't even think it'd get past that initial stage.
Hmm.
We might be streaming for like 5 minutes, and then the stream would just.
Right. It would just censor.
You've been terminated. You have been deplatformed, sir.
Right. Yeah, I would agree. I think that that's probably a good idea. I'll think about it. Right? Like, if they don't do that, then those kids might get into knives, which is going to be, there's more conservative people there, and so you're going to end up potentially with slightly conservative children, which is a problem, right?
It's gonna hurt the knife industry, because how else are companies gonna sell knives if people don't have to buy a new knife to replace the one that's dull?
Right.
How else, if we teach children about sharpening, knife care, and other related topics, how else will they survive?
How not to get your ass kicked by the police.
I thought you just buy a new knife once the old one gets dull. Is that?
That's what I do. It's great, dude. It's great.
I just throw the dull one out.
Yep.
And
well, what else are you gonna do with it? Like, give me a fucking break, dude.
It's completely broken at that point.
Yeah, of course. Any other obvious shit you want to say? I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm so mean today. You're sitting there thinking, today? It's just very traumatizing to me when I continually keep losing soldiers to these mines. It's not even my fault. It's a numbers game. But yeah. How's your Minesweeper going?
I'm actually my Minesweeper is going back and forth in the comments section right now.
Okay. I would definitely say that's a minefield if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I gotta be careful I don't end up what's it called? What is it when someone falls from grace over saying something out of context?
Getting canceled?
Yes, I gotta be careful I don't get myself canceled.
Getting hashtag me3'd?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Okay, that's cut it.
Cut it. We've gone. Is that not okay?
We've gone too far.
I don't understand. What did I do wrong? I feel like I'm being judged. Why are you judging me? What the fuck? Stop judging me.
You have done that yourself.
Okay. I feel like this is like, victim blaming, but
I mean, I ain't about to revoke my victim status, so
okay.
One of us has gotta be the victim, and it's
that's a shame.
It's not gonna be you, it's gonna be me. So
okay.
let's get that clear.
Okay.
So
go on.
Now that we've established that I'm the victim in this situation,
yep.
You may proceed to check your
you better shut up.
Your status.
Shut up, ho.
Check your status.
Shut up, ho. Sorry, this requires a lot of focus. This is why people are joining the stream. They want to know how the Minesweeper is going to turn out in the end. You know how it is. So how y'all doing today? Bay caught me slipping.
No way. I keep it PC on the reg. Actually, no, I do post some pretty edgy content. Actually, what am I saying?
I mean, you are a knife channel, so everything's kind of edgy. No offense.
It's kind of weird though when I watch some of these other knife channels, and they keep it like super in the lines.
Okay.
Like there's no
Fuck.
offensive commentary. Man, you're getting these poor dudes killed out here. It's
It's not my
sad.
fault. They
sending
shouldn't.
these you
Yeah.
sending these men to their deaths over
Yeah,
pixels.
it's like in Cambodia. You have the kids walk out through the field, get rid of all the mines.
It's a sad part of history.
Yeah. Hey, man. Desperate times. Well, never mind.
I honestly, unfortunately, really don't have too much more to add to the mall ninja or the bad knife quality. I feel like most people can probably come to those conclusions on their own.
Dude, you can't say
Once,
come. That's going to get this. Never mind. I don't want to get demonetized
that's why you
for sexual language.
now that you've made now that you've made it sexual. Oh no.
Okay, this is victim blaming again.
Well, we've already established, so like
Okay.
let's not no, let's not try. Stop gaslighting me.
Stop
Okay?
it. You stop it. Stop it now.
You are gaslighting me, sir.
I mean, I am known for, well, they don't.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
silence, not known for much. So now that
Hey, if you could do me a favor and not be a cancerous piece of shit, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
I gotta pull out the full stops tonight. We're really pushing the boundaries on.
Is this too much? Can you not handle it?
I don't know if the algorithm can handle.
It's fine. It's not like anyone's gonna be watching. We have 16. I think we have 69 subscribers. That's bad timing, but you know.
Believe it or not, though, 69. Nice.
Yes.
It's difficult. It's difficult to get to. For
Is it?
many, for many people, there are gaming channels, and I know gaming channels kind of get a bad rap, but there's gaming channels that struggle to get so much as 10 subscribers, who are and so bad because they'll like regularly post content.
Dude, I feel so bad. Like, have you ever stumbled across those like channels where it's just like some lone person like posting like video game footage, but they're not even playing with friends; they're just by themselves in every video.
Yeah, it's pretty. I feel bad for those people because like you can tell they care. Well, you can tell they're enjoying what they're doing for the most part, and then you just kind of like. It's one of those things where, unfortunately, for a lot of people, they don't understand that sometimes the thing that they really enjoy isn't something that other people want to watch. It's almost the equivalent of like, you might like to. It could be as lame as you might enjoy watching paint dry, literally just sitting and watching paint dry, but it doesn't mean that someone's gonna want to watch you live stream paint drying. Like it's just.
To be fair, they might though.
They might, and we might be missing a very important.
We might be onto
here.
something, dude.
But it's one of those things where, for content creators, there's a certain weird line where sometimes what they think, just because they enjoy it, they haven't made the connection that other people won't.
Right, like anything that I create, like nobody else is going to enjoy for sure. Would you agree?
Well, it's a possibility. Like even when I've found
I was just joking around.
Well, no, but like on some serious time, I've even found out myself. Like I've posted content where I was really proud of it. I thought it was some of my best content ever, and it turns out nobody wants to watch it. I mean, yes, okay.
Yeah, I know. I've seen all your content.
Yeah, but I'm saying like some people want to watch it, but I'm like starting to at that point get to like the top 1% of the top 1%. So okay. I don't really know. Are
you bragging about being in the 1%? No offense.
And that's in the top 1% of the 1%.
I did not. All right, side one.
No, wrong president.
I like how you already knew where that was going.
But no, I feel like it's unfortunate because you get these people doing, and sometimes they are really producing great content, but you're just like, I can't. You can't market this. Like you can't market this,
You
bro.
can't do it. Sorry. Go on.
No.
All right. This
No,
is
I
okay.
just,
Hold up. 50% chance that when I click this, it's gonna go. Everything's gonna just blow up. Okay. Should I do the left one or the right one?
how about the left one?
Wait a second. Is this? God damn it! What is your problem? Oh, you are just the worst. Actually, I might have. I just realized I might have been able to figure that one out. So that was my bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No. Powerhouse made a good point here. So he was saying basically sometimes you just got to keep your hopes up and keep producing content on the regular. Now, and that I actually do agree with. Where
Right.
what's so weird is when you watch a lot of people who kind of are these success story types. Typically, they're people that have just tried a lot of stuff, and I don't mean like they just kind of like nonsensically chose things to do, but they've like maybe tried a topic or two, maybe three, and they stuck with it until they gained momentum. Now, here's a fun one to talk about since we're talking about edgy content, and although I don't know if this will get us in, oh boy, I'll risk it. We're gonna risk it for the 4 people watching. If you are familiar with a content creator from years ago that started out by the name of Leafy,
Go on.
who is currently no longer on this website
Go on.
because YouTube
Because of
said
Asmongold?
no more of this. Now this particular content creator found a lot of success in critique videos that had gaming going on in the background. But before that, before he found that success in it, he was just streaming like Minecraft content, and not just like streaming it for just because, but he was like actually trying to make like a gaming channel out of Minecraft. And he was doing this for I think at least a couple months or maybe even a year or two. And then eventually just decided that he was going to try doing commentary in addition to gaming, and then that's when it took off. But it wasn't like he just started doing, like, I guess it kind of was a shift, but it's one of those things where if you keep doing something and maybe if you just change something about the formula and then
I think
keep
the
doing
technical
it.
term is grift.
Grift was actually I'm not familiar. I mean, I've heard grifter.
What?
I've heard grifter.
Oh my god. Okay, also, Powerhouse, let me just clear something up real quick. Don't worry about telling him to risk it, because I will do that. I will always tell him to just say it. That is how I do.
Yeah, this is not getting prioritized in the algorithm at all. That's just it's not.
Are you implying that I have bad judgment? Because I would say that would offend me, and so I would ask you to please apologize.
Moving on.
Whoa.
We need to pour a drink out for our boy, our fallen soldier Leafy, who was terminated forcibly from the website.
Wow, without consent?
Without consent.
Yikes.
It's actually kind of upsetting though, because I look at his whole case and he was a kind of a ginormous jerk, but the thing is, he exposed kind of the problems with the YouTube policies and YouTube algorithms, because if it weren't for him, people probably wouldn't have easily figured out the whole topic of shadow banning, where basically the algorithm will be told to deprioritize certain words in a video title, or it'll scan the audio, and if it hears a certain word, will then deprioritize the video. Or people wouldn't have as easily figured out that a channel can basically be blacklisted to where only subscribers of the channel will continue to see videos, and videos that person's content will not be shown in the related videos or recommended videos. It will only be for subscribers. So basically what will end up happening is views will continue to come in, but they'll just steadily drop off because, as with anything, people come and go with watching a content creator. So they'll just eventually die a slow death on that channel. And so it's kind of interesting because, as we've talked about before, it really does tie into Knives, where I mean, even on things like Instagram and Facebook, they've made moves in the algorithm to deprioritize it. So it's just, I don't know. I guess for me, that was a good. I think that was a good opportunity to kind of shed some light on just how far it goes, because this happened a couple years ago where he was deprioritized in the algorithm, and then just recently, and I think when I say recently, I think within this past week, was literally terminated from the website. So that quickly, an entire person's efforts could be just snuffed out because policies were changed.
Because someone's a whiny bitch.
Yeah, or that.
I'm just going to put that out there because we all know exactly what happened. Because someone's a whiny bitch.
I'm putting it in the kind way. Good cop, bad cop. I can appreciate this vibe.
Okay.
But it really is interesting, and I really do worry about the future of knife content in general, just because all it would take is them to just hardball it and say that, like, I think the only saving grace of Knives at the moment that's prevented it from surviving longer than the Pew Pew Boys is that you can have kitchen knives and you can have cooking videos, and to kind of ban those would be, that's like really going to some next level type of wackadoo stuff.
Autism.
Yeah. And so for now, I feel like Knives kind of are able to fall into that protected category. But I still feel like, even still, I feel like if your video isn't explicitly a cooking video, you almost have to word the title and you almost have to probably avoid hashtags at this point, in order for your video to get recommended more and to show up in more people's related videos.
Right.
It's really weird. It's a really weird thing to think about as a content creator, because you're like, oh, why would I want to do that? Well, because otherwise the algorithm might just blackball you and you'll never get your videos past like the 10 people that keep watching it.
Okay.
Oh, we got a thank you for joining. Yeah.
They're coming for the Minesweeper, dude. Let's get that straight.
Yeah, what you shared? Did you say we got some wicked sick Minesweeper content going right now?
Hell yeah.
Is that what draws people in? I think we
watch and learn, ho.
Maybe that's what the people want. They thought they wanted knife content. They really wanted Minesweeper content. They
thought they didn't consent, but they actually consented.
We've missed the boat here. It's not about knives. It's about Minesweeper. I mean, it's nostalgic. It is simple. Everyone can understand it. It's the perfect game to streamer.
Right. And one of the main benefits that people have in this situation is that when you watch me, you can feel great because you know that you're better than me. Everybody does, right? I have this cool quality of being fucking awful at this. And so it allows people to essentially gain confidence by watching my minesweeping.
Among other things.
Right. Okay. Go on.
But no, I'm just trying to think where else I can take it with the future. I guess I really am just trying to find, like, and I hate to even word it this way, but safe spaces for knife content.
Oh my god, can you please unsay that?
No, I can't. I gotta do it, man. I need my safe space. I'm not okay with this.
I need I'm
I
not okay with
need.
this.
Well, I just need a place where I'm not gonna get like deplatformed
You're gonna get
over.
YouTubed.
Yeah, I don't need to be getting deplatformed over I've noticed it. I've noticed it on all knife channels for the most part on Instagram. The growth rate has been awful. The actual growth rate of most people on Instagram has been terrible. So I'm like, I do not know what app to switch to. I really don't. I've looked around. I've looked at like apps like Bite, but that one's kind of like a weird sort of TikTok type app.
Oh, TikTok is great.
Huh? I no, I feel like
I'm joking.
for a split second, I thought about trying it, which I'm glad I didn't.
And then you
But
realize that you were above the age of 12.
yeah, but what's also what's even hilarious about it, the reason why I didn't do it is because I read in the rules, knife content is something that they don't want on there. They
Mm,
actually put it in the rules that
that
they
seems
do
kind of
not want it
racist.
on there. It's targeted. Um, I've looked at apps like, and this one's kind of probably the more controversial of the bunch, but Parlor was one I looked at. I haven't tried,
Parlor is
although,
awful.
yeah, it seems like it's a Twitter, but for like just more group wank. It's like
It's
group
not a
wank,
good.
but
Yeah.
on the other side, I don't know where to turn to, honestly,
Turn to
for
Jesus. Sorry.
that. Hey, I feel like he might be like, yo, wicked sick tricks.
Yo, sick flips, my dude.
Like, great job, Eric. Keep it up.
Now we all know he wouldn't say that. Sorry, that
like
was
I
mean.
like I died for this. I
Yeah,
died for this.
having all these regrets. Regrets.
Oh, but no, I really don't know where to turn to. It's kind of like a uncomfortable situation where you're aware that things aren't going your way, but you're not sure how to fix it. I feel like that's where a lot of people in the knife community are going to end up. I mean, it's so bad. It is so bad that you can't, like, knife companies, right? If they want to promote their product, they can't do ads on Facebook, on Instagram. I don't even think they can do it on YouTube. They can't do ads for their knives. Because I never understood, like, you know, why wouldn't Blade HQ, Knife Center, Blade Ops, whatever, those
Wait,
are
Blade
just,
Ops? Is that a company?
there's a lot of like, just combine like knife blade
Blade
or
House.
whatever, and then just like, and then some noun
Okay.
after that, and you're likely gonna come up with a website that sells knives.
Okay.
Like you're very likely to come across it. But the point is, I never understood why I never would see an advertisement in like the sponsored feed. I never saw it, or even the Balisong companies. I never saw one from Blade Runner Systems, Benchmade, Microtech, Squid Industries. I never saw any sponsored content, and the reason is because they can't do it. Their hands are literally tied. They
Oh,
are
I'm
not
into that.
welcome. Like it's so bad that these apps don't even want their money. They just are like, no, knife content, even if you're paying us, no.
Yeah, I mean, all this is gonna end up getting fixed in a little while here. So,
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I think there's going to end up being a backlash, and I think at the end of the day, like, you can't just keep. What's happening right now is like more and more stuff is being labeled as unacceptable, and eventually, it's like you're cutting out such a massive part of the market that it's like you can't sustain yourself.
Yeah, that's gonna backfire for him, I think, because, and this is kind of one of the more interesting theories about kind of just trends in general, is that if you think about old YouTube, if you kind of put yourself in that perspective, probably prior to them being bought by Google, that was kind of like an anything goes type of period, and some of the most iconic videos of the early YouTube days have persisted from that time. Like I think I mean, one of my favorites from back in the day was the Numa guy. That was easily one of my favorites. It wasn't really controversial, but I mean, still, like that was great. But
Did you ever know of somebody called Fluffy Talks?
No.
My brother and I used to watch him when we were kids. He still makes videos. He hates Trump, though.
Oh, jeez. I'm just kind of responding to Powerhouse here. He brought up another good point. So what do we have here? He says, what do we think is the cause for all this knife hatred? He doesn't think it's as controversial as the Pew Pew boys. So I think it's just people labeling it a weapon. That's all it is, really. It's the same reason why certain states have different laws around knives, because someone just decided to label it a weapon one day, and then boom, there you go. A lot of it's fear, a lot of it's misunderstanding, and that's kind of how you get to where we are now. I really think most people outside of a kitchen knife are maybe uneasy about seeing a knife, like even just a regular, like maybe a total length 8 inches. I feel like they might even be like, "Ooh, that's a little bit like, why do you need that?" I don't know. Why do you need a freaking chef knife when you
Dude.
can't even cook? When
You're lashing out at people.
When your chicken's bland, Catherine, why do you need that chef knife?
Okay.
Taking it there. I'm taking it there. Why do you need that chef knife? You don't need that. Your food sucks. Can't season. Can't
discipline
season
her children.
Oh my.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
But I do think to kind of tie off what I was saying about the early days of YouTube, I think that there will be a move towards a space in the near future, because I do think that there's a lot of people getting very frustrated about basically being coerced violently, because you know you don't think like being censored is that violent at first, but no, for some people you're taking away income streams. Like that's how serious it is. And it's not just like, oh, well, what are they making, like an extra $50 like a month? No, possibly thousands of dollars. And you're just saying, nope. You want to stick on the platform, you got to make different content.
Yeah.
And so for a lot of people, it's going to come to a point where they got to find other avenues just to be able to make a living. I mean, that's the reality of it. And as soon as those avenues are available or become more well known, I mean, people are going to jump ship. I'm even frustrated with
Oh my god.
you listen here, boy. The number of ads, and I know you can use ad blocker, I'm well aware of that, but
Did you know you can use ad blocker?
Yes, I know you can use ad blocker.
Oh, okay.
But just as someone who doesn't really, I when I watch the content, I'm aware that if I sit around for the ad, the person making the content gets a little bit of kickback, as minute as it might be. So I sit through the ad. But the point is, the number of ads that are shoved down your throat are getting to some hysteric levels. Even on
multiple per video.
Yeah, multiple per video. And then on Instagram, as an example, or Facebook, I think someone actually like flat out kind of just put numbers to it. I think it's every 3 to 4 posts you're almost guaranteed to see an ad on Facebook. And then on Instagram, supposedly in a new update, when you go through a certain number of posts, the explore page or not the explore page, your feed stops recommending people you follow and only starts recommending the explore page.
Yeah, I know. I can't stand that update.
That is ridiculous. That is so bad. And it's so much of the reason why people who I would put my Instagram page on one of the pages that was never supposed to get successful. My Instagram page was never supposed to be successful in
I'm sure we can
Instagram's
fix
eyes.
that.
Well,
Like,
yeah, we
there's
could
a way to delete
yeah,
it.
we could really run it into a wall really quickly. But I'm saying from Instagram's perspective, they would never have wanted a page like mine to even get so much as 10,000 followers, and then that goes for most knife pages as well. They probably never really wanted most of them to get beyond a couple thousand followers. And it just so happened that some of the most savvy and what's it called, entertaining people to follow kind of tend to maybe have edgy hobbies, and it just so happened that they captured a market early on, and then those who kind of got in early were able to secure it, and those coming in now, they're just not they're not able to find success. I don't think. I really don't think new people are able to find too much success, and it goes even further than that, because I try to follow, even though I don't post battle song content as frequently as far as flipping goes. I generally try to follow who the new people are, who's doing what. I don't know who most of the new people are. I don't even think I get recommended who those people are. I follow the Balisong hashtag. I don't think I get recommended Balisong content really much at all. And so I don't know who the new people are, aside from maybe those who really, really stand out. But it's shameful, because I'm like, I want to watch this content, and I'm not even being recommended the content I want to see. So when I go to post content, are they even going to see it? Are the people that want to see my content even going to be able to see it? Because I want to see their content. I want to see theirs, but are they even going to be able to see mine? Is it even going to show up in their feed, or some stupid explore post that is promoting, let's be clear, promoting degeneracy? Is that what is going to be promoted instead? In place of my content, in place of the content the person is following, they're just going to be given garbage on a silver platter.
To be fair, I mean, the platter's probably worth something. Like, it's, so.
Actually,
Anyway,
the platter would be worth quite a bit of. Might be worth like $100, maybe more, probably more.
a silver platter, a solid silver
Big.
platter, $100.
I mean, a small platter, like a really small platter.
I mean, the posts are pretty lightweight, I suppose.
like a teacup.
Yeah.
I think actually, if we were being realistic, I think a silver platter might be 400.
More? I think way more.
Spot value, not.
I guess how, like, as big as a dinner plate, 1/8 of an inch thick. That's got to be thousands of dollars.
Well, 1/8 of an inch. I mean,
that's not very thick.
That's.
I don't know. It's whatever. I don't know how much it's even worth. It just seems kind of strange to me.
Well, currently, and just because I'm interested in it only because I started doing the engraving stuff, and wouldn't you know it, a lot of people like to play around with silver and gold, and wouldn't you know it, once you say, maybe I want to do that someday, you start to follow the prices. Currently, in today's market, silver is going to run you per ounce, and I think this would be by troy ounce, but per troy ounce, you're looking at $26.
Okay.
For just one. So, in my estimation...
God, you sound like Jordan Peterson. In my estimation. Although I like Jordan Peterson. You hate him.
Actually, you know what? I think, well, yeah, he...
It's fine, let's not get into it.
Yeah, let's not...
That's not going to end well.
This is completely off topic of the channel. So, I think I was mistaken with the silver platter. I'm thinking it might be more like... Ooh, that's a lot of money. Oh no. Ooh.
What?
I think a salt, and I'm thinking like a turkey platter, like a silver turkey. That would probably push you like $1,600.
Okay.
What say you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd believe it.
All
Sounds
right,
close enough.
we got our answer for those curious. Silver platter.
Yeah, go invest using our rough estimations.
uh, yep.
It can't end badly in any way.
It's wild.
It's like Minesweeper. It never ends badly.
But like this is unfortunately the reality. This content is being put up on a $1,600 silver platter. And meanwhile, the good content is being suppressed. And I really cannot await for people
Cannot await.
I cannot await. I cannot wait.
Okay.
For a new platform to kind of be discovered, because there will be a few good years before it too is ruined. I suppose.
Let's
it's
talk
like
about Goodyear now that you mentioned it.
But we're not sponsored though.
Goodyear is a horrific company.
We're not sponsored.
Yeah, I know, but we're still gonna take the time to just tell people how fucking horrendous they are.
Like I just wonder this about content though, right? Was there ever a good period of television where like our grandparents or prior were like, you know what, before they ruined television with the FCC, there was some really great content. Like I wonder if there was ever that thought.
Now, how is that thought spelled? Just to make sure we're on the same page here.
What are we?
Is that THOUGHT or is that THOT?
I thought we were THOT. No.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
This is not going well.
I'm responding to a question about our wokeness, and I was like, I don't go to sleep.
Well, yes. I'm not woke.
But like even with the internet too, like it's so weird because to me it does feel like the regulations are getting crazy wild. It almost feels like internet today is becoming like TV was in the 90s and early 2000s. That's like what it feels like to me. And your edgy content that you can get on TV is like the History Channel doing like these whack experiments that aren't even based in reality.
Like hooking puppies up to batteries, or is that something else?
Well, you can watch people dump batteries into the ocean for perfectly good and cheap thrills. And legal, mind you.
Well, I would hate to do anything illegal. That would be bad.
Yeah. It might vary state by state, although I think in most states it is perfectly legal and fun to throw used car batteries into the ocean.
It's probably good for the environment too.
Oh, absolutely. Why else would you do it?
Now I understand why electric eels are electric.
How else are they going to
zap?
Yeah.
Again, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now I realize I feel stupid. Like when I was a kid, I thought there was like chemistry to it.
Maybe if we dump enough knives into the ocean, they'll absorb the steel, and we'll just have armored fish floating around like it was the oh gosh, what era was this? Oh no. Is it the Precambrian? Are we in the Precambrian ocean? Oh my
god, I'm not talking about this. This conversation is ended.
Is it the Cambrian explosion?
Well, I think explosions are violent, and so I think we probably don't want to talk too much about that.
I mean, hypothetically, seeing some armored fish would be really cool, though.
Would it?
I'd be down.
Well, I suppose it depends which fish and whether or not you're in the ocean with them. Right?
What was that big one? The Dunkley... Something
Dunkleosteus?
Oh, that thing was a beast.
Yeah. That thing was pretty kinky, dude.
Yeah, I wouldn't want. Yeah, I guess maybe it's better that those fish aren't alive.
Are you saying that you wish that they were all dead?
I'm not saying I wish they were all dead. I'm just
Glad
saying.
that they're all not living.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Maybe we're both better off.
Right. I would agree with that. I won!
Only took you.
All right. You know what, dude? You know what I don't need right now is you bullying me.
Well, oh no. Oh no. No, please don't report me. Please not. Don't tell Mark about it. Please don't tell
No.
Susan. Don't tell Susan, please. I need to pay my water bill, please.
I was trying to hit golf clubs today. Um, I was trying to hit golf balls with a golf club, and it was just a disaster.
And golf's I'm not even gonna flame you on that one because golf is actually kind of difficult. Like
Yeah.
it's not
I mean, I decided.
like most people.
Sorry, one.
No, I was just saying like most people don't just pick up a golf club and start banging out 300 drives that are pinpoint accurate and then doing putts from like 20 feet across the green that just sink it. Like it just typically doesn't go down that way.
Well, I'm atypical.
Okay.
Yeah, my drives were like 20 meters.
Yeah, that's
But no, you know, I just decided a few days ago that, well, I'll get into golf since I'm part timing at one. And, you know, so it's at the stage where everything is brand new. And so I'm just trying to make sure that I don't get, like, I'm trying as hard as I can to avoid getting into bad habits, you know?
well, I mean that's a good idea to work with.
Yeah. I think I'll be good at it. It's just, it's going to take some practice. Once I'm able to, once I'm at the point where I can actually, like, play golf out. Now, my course is a really difficult one in the scheme of things. So, that'll be a little bit later than at most courses. But, like, once I'm able to do that and I'm able to, like, actually get basic, like, once I get the fundamentals down, I think I'll be able to improve a bit faster. So.
Yeah, it's a steep learning curve, and then it starts to. But I mean, it's almost with any. I'm just gonna say it. It's almost the same way with any skill that's worth learning. There's a steep learning curve, and then it does plateau, but at least there is a return on the investment.
Yeah. An ROI. My grandfather had a boat called the ROI.
Which is surprising because I feel like anything with a motor is typically a depreciating.
Well, don't worry, it had an engine, not a motor. Oh, you just meant like a propulsion system.
I think I think we've said all that can be said tonight.
All right. But you also assumed that it was a motorboat, not a sailboat.
Oh, so, okay, all right. You got me. You played the Uno reverse card. You got me.
Yeah, you just got kinked, bud. You got kinked.
I need to see some more battle songs on boat videos. Sadly, don't see enough. Probably because they would fall into the ocean very easily.
I think you've just determined why we don't see those videos. Dude, you noodled through that all on your own. That was pretty impressive.
Set the squiddy free. Set those squiddy frees.
Yeah. In relation to the golf thing, like I was talking to somebody a little bit today about like I don't ever think that the imposter syndrome thing goes away. Like there are always days where like you're just like, why am I even doing this? Like I'm so awful at this, and blah blah blah. But it's like, I think you just have to be able to avoid getting so frustrated that you just quit something, because it's just, you just can't go through your whole life doing that. You have to eventually get over that and not give up on something just because it's frustrating,
Now, hopefully, anyone listening doesn't take that too to heart, because if you if you go too literal, you might end up producing that scorpion blade that we saw earlier tonight.
Well, but it's like,
I know what you're saying, though. I do know what you're saying.
there are plenty of days, like, believe me, and it still happens plenty, but there are days where I'll just be machining something, and like I was making a fixture plate for sanding 32 scales, and I messed it up like 4 times, and I was like at the point where I was like about to cry. Like, I was so frustrated. Like, every single time I would mess up something stupid, you know? And it's like, I have people message me, and it's like, they'll be like, "Oh, well, I don't have the tools you have," or whatever. It's like, or they'll like be all disappointed because they're like, "Well, I made these, this thing, or I did this anno and it doesn't look good." It's like, you don't think I have literally 5-gallon buckets full of scrapped handles? Like, it kind of irritates me when people put me on this pedestal like that, because it discounts all of the work that I did to improve. It just assumes that I just woke up one day and was making titanium handles.
Well, that's with a lot of things, though, because I guess there's always two sides, because on one hand, some people do have to put steady work into it, and then some people really do just get lucky. Like, there's people who do honestly get lucky with it, and I know some of these more skilled things, it's hard to get lucky. They basically play the whole pretend game where someone else is really doing the work and they're just a figurehead for it.
Oh, those people there are fake people like that everywhere. But I would say there are also people, I wouldn't necessarily say that it's always luck. There are people who pick up on stuff very, very quickly. And so what happens is, when they're faced with something that they are having a hard time getting down, they get really depressed and they feel like failures, and they, all this stuff. And it's like, they don't realize that, like, this is what everybody goes through on literally everything, and they just pick up on stuff a lot faster. And that's the case with somebody that I was talking with today, right? It's just like,
Yeah.
Like, people don't understand what it's like to be somebody else in many, many, many ways. And so if you go through your life just picking up on stuff, in the blink of an eye, when other people have to work on it, then when suddenly you are struggling with something, you feel like you're doing something wrong, or you feel like you're an idiot.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah. So
I like where we ended up. We went from bad knives to motivational speeches that actually do have a lot of truth in them.
We just need some of that, like, inspirational music to put on in the background. When I'm saying
I would like to get the Halo intro music, please.
Oh God.
How much would we have to pay in royalties?
I don't know. I have no idea.
We should look into that.
We should. This is definitely a money-making opportunity. We should release a self-help book. How to titanium handle.
A self-help audiobook with the OST just playing.
Narrated by Squiggle Scales. And 50 Blades of Grey. This is Audible.
Let's secure that sponsorship.
Yeah, let's go with that. Yeah, I mean, there are games where, like, okay, here's the other thing. And this is not how everybody does stuff, but this is how I do stuff. Like, I have this like framework that I'm like constantly revising, right? And you can apply like these different frameworks to a lot of different situations because there's a lot of overlap. And so when you have like a rough like outline for how to approach something like golf, for example, right? Like there's going to be a shit ton in common with other sports like tennis and baseball and all that, right? Like there are differences, but instead of relearning the entire thing, you just learn where it's different, right? And so I think that helps you pick up on stuff quickly in some cases, right? Because it's like there's a lot in common with like everything has a lot in common. You know what I mean? And so I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
The general principles behind it typically don't change. It's kind of like the same general formula that you can apply from one thing to the other. And I think that's probably why the kind of common thing that people don't like is that successful people tend to be successful because more or less they've just figured out that the formula works, and if they take it from one thing that they're working on and bring it to another, even if they have trouble at first, the formula will typically guide them to what they're trying to achieve.
What golf really is there were people who like in every other game, you know, they're like they just had a really tough time getting a high score. And so what they're going to do is they're just going to rely on people not knowing that a low score is better in golf, right? And so then it's golf is designed for people who suck at getting high scores because then they can go around and tell people, "Oh, dude, I got a 96 in golf today." 96. And people are like, "Oh, wow." That's what golf is. That's all it is. That's the only reason it exists.
I thought it was just for a bunch of old dudes to get drunk together.
Oh my god, dude. We had people that like drive up from Phoenix, get absolutely wasted, like, and they just hop back in their cars and drive back. It's like, what?
Like, cause like I'm not anywhere close to a PGA pro, nor am I even close to winning tournament matches. But I have shot under 100 a few times, and I've actually shot under 90 just twice, just barely. But
Sometimes when I swing at the ball, it actually goes.
yeah, sometimes it doesn't as well, and it's very unfortunate. But the point is, and sometimes it goes into the river, and then you have to take a 3-stroke on the first hit, even though it should just be one, and you got to sink it on the next shot from the fairway.
The real solution is to just live in Arizona where there are no rivers, and then you get a perfect score every time.
You don't have any red stakes anywhere?
Well, I mean, like I literally like I've never gotten above a 70 in golf. Now I've never played a game of golf. But...
Boy, you best be talking about the front nine.
No,
well, I never got above 70 in golf on the front nine.
Well, I never played golf, so technically, I've never gotten above a 50. It's a great loophole.
Man, get your dumb ass out.
Hey, yo, I will smack that ass. Well, that face, not that ass. Fuck. That sounded no. All right, we're gonna delete that. That sounded gay.
I heard I was dummy thick, but
no.
But hey, okay, all right, validation. No, I always thought that golf, because as a teenager, you kind of like, because I played it when I think the earliest was either 15 or 16, and you're like, why are all these old people playing when they suck? Because a lot of times they really weren't doing much better than the young people. They really weren't doing that much better at all. And so you're like, why would all these old people continue playing? And the secret is beer. And beer plus driving around in golf carts.
Honestly, it's also a lot about the fact that they can play golf even with, you know, an older body, whereas they would struggle with like other like skateboarding, not skating.
I need to get some retiree football games going.
Right. Well, in New York City, they're doing this great thing where they're just moving random people into nursing homes. So we could probably try and start like a team, have like a mix
Yeah.
between old people and people who had COVID.
Unfortunately, I think half our teams would be injured within the first
Oh, that's
15 minutes of
fine.
the
They'll
game.
walk it off. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna have to bounce pretty soon here.
Well, I think we were able to talk. I think we hit some good topics. There was a little bit of nonsense, but I think the start of the video set the tone that there was going to be some nonsense. So I'm pretty satisfied with
Cool.
where we ended up.
Sweet. I'm incredibly dissatisfied with everything in life, but you know that's what heavy drinking is for. So, yeah. All right. You guys have a good night. You gonna say goodnight to people, or just gonna like cold shoulder them?
I was just taking it all in. Have a good night, everyone.
Later.